Good morning, everybody. This is Christy from the Be the Light YouTube channel. I thank you so much for stopping by, and as always, I send you love. I have been trying to get all of this together here today, this morning. It's August the 31st, and this video may be long, maybe lengthy, so please bear with me. I'm trying to give you as much information as I possibly can. Now, I am not somebody who has a type of wisdom yet. That stems with what's going on in the heavens, astrologically. I have to do my own research. I am somebody who receives inner guidance, information that way. But having said that, I say that a lot, that I don't have that type of wisdom and understanding until I research it, about what is taking place astrologically. So I want to also express that I have been receiving upgrades associated with that, because I have been receiving tons of charts, astrological charts, and I don't know anything about it yet. I am still integrating all of this information, and I don't even know, I can't even tell you if I'm going to be able to use that type of information or what. I don't know. If it works out to be that that's my blueprint to continue on speaking my truth, then I will be using it with a great heart. And so I made a video yesterday, or I posted a video yesterday, which I really wanted to redo, because I was giving you information based upon past times when we were upgraded only to the 12th chakra system. But I guess it's kind of still the same, because the 12th and 13th chakra comes down to our crown area. It's no longer, way up. It creates the halo effect, or that diamond, the rhombus, that unites the 12th, the 13th, and other chakras, other hidden chakras that were not attainable. And I don't know when things began to shift. I don't know. I don't have that type of understanding either. But we are upgrading to the 13th chakra system, which is still considered to be unity consciousness, or excuse me. And if I begin to sneeze, cough throughout this, I apologize in advance. It is still the same thing. It's just now, before, wherein it was one, it is now kind of split. And I hope I am saying that correctly, because we have the left side of the brain and the right side of the brain. We have that which is the 12th and the 13th chakra. One is the fire, and one is water. One is the sun, one is the moon. And did I say one is masculine, one is feminine? If I didn't, that's what I need to add. And it is and I'm trying to go back to the galactic male, and then the galactic female, which again creates the 12th and the 13th chakra, and the crown, the golden crown. So I said that there. And I think in my other video I did explain that in order for us to truly receive our higher self, our divine blueprint, and knowing our divine blueprint, our purpose, to eventually begin to speak our purpose and truth and honor and love, we first complete the 7 chakra healing, balancing. We open up to the next 7 layers and bring them into our being, into the same steps all over again. And when it is time, we will open up those other chakras that some people don't open. Their spiritual and celestial chakras, which take us to the 13th dimension. Many people didn't go beyond the 7th dimension, from what I understand, that I have been reading about. But we are tapping into higher frequencies of light these days because man has evolved to finally accept this and step into more of their divine light. And when the collective is, and this is how you know we are embodying love more, that we are becoming our divine beings, because in order for us to tap into higher frequencies of light, the majority of us must be light. That means that the collective, the earth, everyone, is really involved in embodying their true divinity. We might not see it. You might not understand it. You might not know this. But for us to be able to tap into this now means that they are, and vice versa. So that is what's happening. We have 13 chakras that we are tapping into, the 13th dimensions that we are tapping into and creating balance. And we are becoming masters of our elements. The elements within us, which are the fire, earth, water, and air. The elements that are associated with the chakra systems that we are working with. Remember that when we are dealing with the elements, we are mastering and balancing those elements within us. Not physically being able to manipulate fire, manipulate the water, and things like that outside of us. If that's something that you can do, by all means, you go for it. But everything is about us being, what are we doing within? And the elements are associated with emotions, and again, chakra systems. And when we begin to balance, control the negative side as well as the positive side, we become impartial. We become the observer. We become someone who doesn't pick up or give off. It's just what it is. And it doesn't mean that we don't give love. It just means that we know how to be our own master. And so, I know I'm going to be leaving a lot out here, and I'm going to try not to. I have been hearing people speaking about symptoms. Yeah, this is what's happening. Again, we are balancing and becoming masters of the elements within. Symptoms arise. When the symptoms arise, it's because it's dealing with that part of our chakra system. And a lot of people are dealing with bladder issues. I am one. I am dealing with a tenderness in my spine. When the water, which is water, and we're dealing with water here mostly, water and our truth and a whole bunch of other things. Okay. We have been dealing with water, which not only has to do with our sacral chakra, it has to deal with part of the nadis, the cool air, the moon that we are feeling. And because the moon affects the water that we have within us, it's creating that balance. And what happened with me the other day is that I felt the movement of water flowing, because water is now pouring in, which is also light pouring in. And I felt the need to stretch. Also, in our journey, our body will need that stretching. And I mentioned in one of my other videos about the metamorphosis of the butterfly, and towards the end of its period within its cocoon, where it probably feels restricted, very tight, and it needs to expand a little bit. And I'm certain that it's trying to spread its wings inside to hurry up and help crack that cocoon. Well, also, our body, because this is our cocoon, is trying to expand a little bit more to allow that light, divine energy, our spirit, that is merged with the true spirit, is trying to fit. It's trying to make our body fit it, not our spirit fit in our body. Our body must fit to resemble what our spirit is. And so I've been having the need to crack. I've been having the need to move a certain way. My joints have been a little tender, mostly my knees, my ankles, and my back, and then my neck have the need to be cracked, moved, and tender upon movement. I bent the other day, and my back just gave out on me, and I had 2 days of it being very tender. I woke up today feeling a little bit better, not as bad. It's a little tight still, but not to the point of it was yesterday. And why is that? Because God spoke and said that our DNA is being enhanced. And what I actually saw was the light body inside of the moving helix, or the DNA, which was going all the way up to the heaven, from the ground to the heaven, creating unity. Our DNA is being enhanced. How you are feeling is as a result of your DNA being enhanced, however it is supposed to be for you during this time. If you are in the early stages, you're being enhanced still, and your symptoms will be associated with that enhancement. Please do not fall back down to feeling like you are sick. If you want to go to the doctor, by all means, you have that right. But by true faith, true belief, it is to know that you are a divine being and that you are being upgraded. You can't serve two masters. You can't be an individual, or you can't try to be a light being, a true spirit, and say, I am sick and I am a light being. You can't, because one is going to win and take over you. And because we are a spirit having a human experience, and it's very dense down here and very heavy down here, you are going to choose the heavier emotion, which is the negative one, because you feel lacking. We have been taught and trained to feel in terms of negativity. It's up to you at every second, every moment of your life that you are awake and conscious, until you get to the point that you don't have to think. You just are. That you have to decide where you lie. Which side are you going to be on? That darkness, the negativity, the doubt, the faithless, the one who's lacking, the one who's ill, or the one who is a divine being over here, who has everything, is everything, has health, abundance. You have to choose every single day, and it's not easy. You have to remind yourself every single time that you sneeze that you are being upgraded. You have to remind yourself every time that you pull your back out that you are being upgraded. Every time that you cough, you are being upgraded. You have to rewire your brain to match what you think is really happening or what you want to happen, and it will be done. And until you let go of your negative thoughts, and I mean it is, some people early on in their stage are probably going to say, no, what I'm saying is incorrect. And if you're saying, no, that's incorrect, that you can have a disease and still be a light body, well, I'm not saying you can't have a disease. I'm not, to be light is to implement the greatest amount of faith in all areas of your life. Now, when it's time for you to go away from this earth plane and how you have agreed upon going will be, whether it is because you guys chose, you and God chose to have a disease and let you go, then that is up to you and God at that time. But it is not now, because you are here. And until you get to the end of your time, you have to implement the greatest amount of faith by not believing in what man says that you may have, and instead know in how divine you truly are. That's what I did. And those of you who do not know who I am or who I was in a car accident in 2001. I lost my ability to walk. I'm healing myself again, if you hadn't noticed. And this will be also included in my video here. This back pain that I have is associated with that period. Nearly 16 years of my life when I was dying. Everything was dying in me. I wanted to die. My emotions were deathly emotions. I spoke deathly words. I saw nothing but death in my life. Everything was falling apart. Everything fell apart. We are, now why does this make sense with the energies we're dealing with now? We're creeping up on a full moon in Pisces with the sun in Virgo. Pisces is, and I had a whole thing written out here, which I think I'm not even going to bother. I don't know. Pisces is associated with the astrological sign of the fish, which is a water element, which is associated with the sacral chakra, which is associated with the pain or the tenderness in my spine that I am dealing with, purging, as well as the water element I just mentioned. A lot of us are having bladder issues or feminine issues. It's creating balance within us. And the sun being in Virgo, although this doesn't hit until September the 2nd, the full moon, a lot of us are already feeling this intensity already, as you can see with myself. The energies come in quicker than the date that it does up here, and then goes and extends out a little bit outward, depending on who you are, your sensitivity, how intuitive or how in tune you are to light, frequency. You pick up earlier on than others. The Virgin, the Virgin Mary is associated with, well, of course she is the mother, but the aspects of it is dealing with our inner child, still nurturing, loving, healing us on all levels of insecurities. But because it's dealing with the Pisces and the element of water, it's dealing with our sacral. The water element is. Pisces deals with, and I'm going through my notes, I apologize. Oh, yes, our 6th chakra, which is associated with our third eye, and being able to see, understand, and all of that. Something here I want to say in terms of Christianity or the Bible is that Pisces is, again, associated with the fish, and in Christianity, that symbol is associated with Jesus Christ. The Virgo is associated with the Virgin Mary. So, if you make that connection, the birth of Christ. And that, to me, really resonates with me because my teachings are associated with the teachings of the Bible. And Neptune is the ruling planet of Pisces. And as I wrote most of my post here that I am trying to get together here is when I wrote the element of water, the thing that comes to me from the Bible is rivers of flowing life. And the associated with it, the associated link within it is our nadis and the life force energy being able to flow completely within our nadis. The element of water, don't forget, regardless if it's life force energy or not anyway, it has to deal with our emotions. And going to the Sun in Virgo, which I already mentioned is the Virgin Mary, which is our mother, earthly mother, the ruling planet of Mercury. And Virgo is the element of earth, where we have a sense of security, groundedness. Are we nurtured, secure, and how we deal and feel and function with our existence here on this earth plane. So another thing before I wind this up is, because I did speak early on in this video about the 13 dimensions. I ended up seeing yesterday or the day before 13 and 13 united, and then a separate 13 a few minutes after that, and it began to click in what it meant. And that's why I wasn't satisfied with the video I posted yesterday, but because I had a very busy day, I couldn't remake a video on top of the sensitivity I had in my spine. I was pretty, I had to lay down once I had a chance to lay down to get myself comfortable. But 13, of course, is the connection in the united meridian lines that make up, which they're actually turned into 108. But connects your Merkaba. And because there's 12 points to the Metatron's cube, what it is, united and functioning. But your heart center, this is the upgrade that I'm talking about, that things have changed. In the past, it has been 12, because it's actually 12 points of the Merkaba, and your heart center is now the upgrade of the 13th point, where we are upgrading the heart to the unified heart. So we have that, our Merkaba, which makes up the 13. We have the 13 chakras that we are now integrating because of the upgrades and the change in evolution here. And we have, of course, the 13 dimensions because of it. The Bindu chakra, although there is information out there, and I don't know how long it stems back. This is part of one of the 13th or hidden chakra systems that people have not had access to. That is, of course, being given. And in yesterday or day before, prior to me seeing this morning, the DNA being upgraded, that's what's taking place in my spine. I have so much to say, I'm so sorry. So all of my spine is actually tender now this morning, not to the point I can't move or anything, but I feel this intense pressure. You know, our spinal cord contains DNA that either allows us to function or not function as great as we should. And eventually, when the spinal fluid just stops producing because it can't reach the brain any longer, the brain dies and then everything else begins to wither away. And so when it is actually at its full function, you are being upgraded, of course, because of what's taking place and what we are doing within. What you are doing within yourself, your healing process, and understanding your lessons is what's going to give you your full DNA, your full active DNA, however it is and pertains to your purpose here. So although I might be upgrading to something full, abundant, as a true light being, what mine does for myself and gives me great power to will be completely different, or can be completely different to yours, because we are here having a different experience, but all of us share one common thing, that we are all light and a part of creation. But having said that, we are balancing our feminine energies. The water element. We have been taught, or I have at least, and here come the tears, that being a woman is bad. I have been taught to believe all of my life, by either being physically abused, sexually abused, emotionally abused, whatever it is, I wasn't created to be special, that I was the lesser sex, that I should be controlled and enslaved. And that isn't true. Women are the feminine energy, not women, it's the feminine energy that is necessary. The feminine energy brings balance to the masculine energy, and without it, well, but knowing that the feminine energy is necessary makes the feminine woman divine in her right. It's important for you to know whether you are feminine or masculine in sex, that both of these energies are necessary for the full functioning of who you are. And to choose one sex over the other, to make one sex better than the other, says truly what you feel about who you are on the inside, and speaks volumes as to what you need to heal. To be a true being of light is to know that the full functioning of both the masculine and feminine energies within you must be alive and moving together in harmony. Excuse me. So I am just going to end this video on that, and I I hope this helps in understanding the whole system here. If you have any questions, please comment below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And something you may have noticed, though, as part of you raising your vibration and really stepping into your true divinity, is that things are really beginning to malfunction around you. Remember, things might seem to fall apart or get worse before they get better. Just like our body has to heal, which means that we have to feel something that we aren't accustomed to or don't like for a period of time before it is enhanced and before we can feel that enhancement. So our physical form must go through that upgrade, and so does everything else around us. It's that purging phase. It's the cleansing of the energy that is around us that has existed, not just from the beginning of our own time, but from the beginning of our time of our divine blueprint. So everything that we carry within this lifetime is here, but everything that we carry from our previous lifetimes is here as well. And when we heal ourselves, we are healing every past self. And in doing so, that energy that was once stagnant and not moving freely is coming back into our existence for us to notice it. Like my faucets have been leaking water. Is it weird that we're dealing with a water element? I realize that, and I welcome it. Things really exist here as a result of who we are and what we see, what we observe, and what we heal to. And if your car malfunctions, breaks down, it isn't. It's being healed. An energy within you is being healed. It's just manifesting into the breakdown of your car. When you begin to observe the chaos around you, or what you think is chaos, and the breaking down of energies around you, and understand it in a spiritual concept, you bring true creation to you. You have to really implement the spiritual life into every breath of you. When you're watching TV and the TV flickers or goes off, it is because you are enhancing it. If your phone begins to malfunction, it's because you are becoming more powerful. If your car breaks down, things fall apart in your house, it's because you are changing your frequency to match true creation. And things around you have to fall to pieces, have to get your awareness going and tell you and make you see that you are doing what you are supposed to do. But if you go back and say, oh my gosh, my life never gets better, things always fall to pieces, why am I so unlucky? You get swallowed back down the rabbit hole. Train your mind to always live within the spirit, and you will see the spirit in everything. This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.